Call this meeting to order. Will you please stand for the flag salute. Maureen, will you lead us tonight, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tammy, will you take us through a roll call, please?
Yes, those present are Mayor Shaw, Council Members Baker, Johnson, Armbruster, Kemp, and McVeigh. Staff present is myself, Clerk Treasurer, City Attorney, Public Works Supervisor, and City Planner, and City Engineer, and Lieutenant Brooks, and Code Enforcement. Wow. And there are no absences tonight.
Thank you, Tammy. Council, I'd look for approval of agenda, please.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 5-0. Thank you very much, Council. I'd now ask for the approval of the consent agenda, please.
I move approval of the consent agenda to include February 28, 2023 claim vouchers 7673 through 7675 and 5 EFTs in the amount of $126,698.40. And the February 14, 2023 meeting minutes and claim vouchers 7682 through 7696 and 1 EFT in the amount of $24,864.00. February payroll in the amount of $27,425.47, and the February 2023 Treasurer's Report, which has been certified by the Audit Committee. Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 5-0. Thank you, Council. We'll now go to public comment.
We don't have any tonight.
Nobody on public comment. So we'll move on to item number 6. Miss Emil, you're up.
Okay, thank you.
Took us 2 minutes to get there.
That's good. Council and Mayor Bob, I'm here, and Victoria's here to represent the We Love Rainier body. And the reason we're here is because we'd like to ask the council and the mayor to not charge the We Love Rainier for the park fees of $100. We're a nonprofit, and we do every activity we do is for the town of Rainier. It's for the families and the kids, and so we have to do a lot of work, a lot of volunteer work. We try to raise as much funds as we can to put on these events, and so every penny counts. So we're requesting that you waive that $100. You want to add to that?
No, that's about it.
So that's basically why we're here.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Council, any questions? Okay. You got anything else?
No, I'll just make a comment, and I'm trying not to even speak on the subject because, I'm affiliated with them. But the city gives them, and they're very grateful for the $2,000 a year to help with these events. But charging it back is taking that money back from the group. And I think the council just thought that maybe the city might waive those fees for that event.
And when we put on an event, we're always good about removing all the garbage. There's no cleanup that the city has to do after we've done an event. And so we're very, on top of it. And so that $100 comes right out of our pocket. And it makes it tough because we, like for the Easter egg hunt, we purchase all the candy, we purchase all the plastic eggs to put the candy in. We get volunteers to hide the eggs, and we have the bouncy house, which we have to pay for that. And so, it makes it difficult to put on an event.
Well, not only that, but I was just going to say that And that's just one event. I mean, we have several events. So when we do the Christmas tree lighting, or when we decorate the town, that's all labor, and we're also buying all the lights and whatever else we can manage to get. And we, you know, the quilting group makes all the stockings. They volunteer their labor, they volunteer the fabric. And it's just, it takes a lot of work to put these events on, and a lot of time, and every bit of it's volunteer. So I just want to say this strictly for the kids and the families.
And I appreciate everything. I know we all appreciate everything We Love Rainier does. But we're talking we're just talking 4th of July is what you're talking to us about, because the Christmas tree lighting, the Halloween, what's the
Easter
third?
egg.
What?
The
The
Easter
Easter egg. There's no charge for those,
Right.
correct? Okay. So we don't charge them for any of those. They're only talking to us right now about one function, which is the 4th of July. Council, any more questions, or are we moving on?
No, I'd like to move on,
Okay.
and I've worked with We Live Rainier over the years, and they're an amazing bunch of people. They really are, and they do a lot for this town. And, I wish I had more time to be more involved with them.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
And I would, if we have to make a motion to do this, I would like to make a motion that we not charge We Love Rainier for any of their activities.
I think we'd have to put that, that would have to come up somewhere on our agenda, because this is just an item where they're presenting material and we are opportunity to ask questions. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to staff reports. Well, you guys know I usually start over on that side, so Lieutenant Brooke, you're first in line tonight.
Do you want to do the other thing first?
I figure it's going to take 5 minutes to get through.
Okay. You're the boss.
I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I'll just briefly touch on the collision that occurred up on Rainier Road. That's still being investigated, and we've reached out to like State Patrol and some other agencies who have experts and access to like reading the computers on cars and stuff. So all those details are probably going to take months to come together to figure out what happened and what is involved, and a lot more dynamics to that. So that's going to take a while. And I suspect once we have a full report together, whatever the circumstances, I think that the sheriff or the office itself will probably make some news release or something that covers maybe what we learned or what's going on with it. I don't really have any great specifics beyond that, but there a lot of technical resources are being called in and asked for to help figure a lot of this out. So,
Thank you. Any questions for Lieutenant? Thank you. Rainey?
Alright, guys, as we know, we got the issue going on, Raintree Acres there, with the individuals been camping on private property. We finally got him off the private property, and now he's in the city park. And this all just came about yesterday and today, so we're working on it now, and after this, we'll have a meeting to see what information Bill has to offer us on our next level to get him out of the park. Guys, any questions from you guys on that? I know he's been a nuisance to the neighborhood for a little while, so slow process sometimes with this, so we're on it.
Thank you. Mr. Gibson?
So planning harvest was generally slow early in the first quarter this year. We haven't had any new applications for subdivisions or short plats. We are still processing 2 short plats. They've been going on for over a year now. Developers slow in getting the information. They don't seem to be in a big rush. One is Michigan Street down there, and the other one is being held up a little bit by Thurston County on the sewer requirements. So with that, it's pretty quiet. We've had a few building permits up in your neck of the woods.
Trotter Downs Phase 2.
And they're slowly filling in. If you've driven up there, some of the houses are getting sold, they're getting moved into, and the community's starting to fill in well up there. And so far, they haven't really been a problem. They've done, from what I can tell, decent work. They've been a little bit, they ask a lot of questions and want a lot of breaks, but we're working with them to get through the process. So, I think that's about it with the. And I did get a phone call from the owners of the Seattle subdivision maybe a year ago. You approved a preliminary plat map for that, and now we're waiting for them to start building the roads and put the infrastructure in. I was given a call last week, and they were interested in getting started on that. So you may see something in the next month or so, is the way it sounded.
Thanks, Jim. Any questions for Jim? Adam?
It's just over with Ron at the basketball court. We're looking at putting painting and minor patching of that as an additive item on the sports court project. And the crosswalk project went out to advertise today, and bids will open at 2 p.m. on the 24th.
Okay.
Did you say 24th?
The 24th, yes.
Oh, I thought you told me the 28th.
And that'll be here. We'll be opening those here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
24th is a Friday. What time?
2.
Okay,
I can be here if you can.
I'll make it work. We'll figure it out.
You can put us on our calendar, right?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Did you want to touch on this thing? Because I'm gonna need Bill to sign it, and if he has any questions, I wouldn't be able to answer them. For the beacon agreement.
Yeah, no, I think that we can just deal with it. It's the same as another one, the other ones, right? It's just a
Okay.
this agreement.
Okay.
There's nothing really to discuss about it.
Okay.
Unless anyone's reviewing it and sees anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And when it's out to bid right now, it's bidding for the crosswalk plus the walkway to the trail.
Oh yeah, that's the
Okay.
whole project.
I
Yeah.
know George had that question before the meeting. I
Okay.
just wanted on the record that.
Yep.
Yep. Well, that's good news. And then remember that he's had feedback about the speed limit getting lower too, right?
Sometime this spring, yeah.
So that whole project will hopefully come to a closure here in the end of the summer. Thanks, Adam. Any questions for Adam?
Good job.
Thank you.
Ron?
Yeah, I submitted a written report, and the only thing I have to add to that is, as we were talking about, most of you noticed that the Welcome to Rainier steel signs are in, and the Raintree Park signs, they were installed today, all of them, so. And I think they look really nice, I'm happy with that.
Did you four happen to notice the sign? Was it obvious when you came to town today?
It was for me.
Yeah.
And you didn't know it was going to be there, did you?
No.
I strategically didn't tell you yesterday because I wanted to see if you would be able to notice it. So that's good. Good to hear.
That's all I have.
The one coming underneath the trestle really looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Rochester looks.
Well, they all look
Yeah.
good, but that one just
Because I
stands.
noticed
The way
it
the
right
sun
away.
hits the one coming down the hill. It's good. Any questions for Ron?
Do you have any idea when you might work on the wind sculpture?
As it stands right now, I'm hoping for next week,
Okay.
but we'll see how things go. We've got a lot of other things on the plate right now, so
Okay.
I'm hoping for next week. The wind sculpture up at
Yeah.
Gaston Park.
So just a comment and a request for the mayor, since we're talking about these Welcome to Rainier signs. They're really a great asset to the city. And I think it would really be a good thing if you would contact the NBN and get them to do a story about those signs and the fact that they were made by the high school shop students. And that Mr. Liebecker kind of headed that since this is his last year, he's retiring. They're always plugging stuff in yellow, but there's some great stuff going on here. They need to put it in the paper. And I think people would appreciate it. I know the school district and the students would appreciate being recognized.
I will do that, Dennis. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, we'll go to council reports. Dennis?
I attended TRPC. Really nothing going on that directly affects us yet. They're working with their climate mitigation whatevers. And I haven't seen anything that is going to jump up and bite us yet, but I'm keeping an eye out. But I included a written report there for you to look at.
Thank you. Any questions for Dennis? Ron?
I attended the Transportation Policy Board meeting last week as well, and I noticed there was a copy of the minutes of that meeting in at least my folder for information, but they had a long presentation on the Commercial Aviation Coordination Commission, the airports for the area and stuff, and that's available online if somebody wants to see the presentation. But basically, it sounded to me like there's a new guy in charge. He's Warren. He's ahead of the airport in Olympia. He somehow got sidelined into that job, and he said that they basically sound like they're all going to resign sometime this month or early next month. So they won't be giving any report to the state. There won't be any community area involvement needed.
Yeah.
So it's a dead issue.
Okay.
That's it.
Any questions for Ron? Tom?
Nothing really. Our
Anything?
change the meeting got canceled. Percy County. They've had a lot of changes and stuff going on with the Percy County as far as management. So things have changed. That's a lot of people are showing up. So we're hoping to get back on track next month. See how things go. Start getting. Unfortunately, we got late the request for emergency management grant money, so we weren't able to get requested in time. So we'll have to wait till the next version of it comes out, and hopefully we'll get on it right away and be able to get some grant money to help support the emergency shelters and stuff for the city. Other than that, that's about all I got.
Thank you. Any questions for Tom? George?
Well, I don't have, it's more of a, I was wondering if, I know we do have a parks plan, but I'm just wondering if we can't get a specific parks plan, like the dream wish. The reason I say this is, we love Rainier comes across a lot of grants. We're in a position to go after some money for the things for the city, like if we wanted a bandstand, we could probably get a grant for that through somewhere. I think there's probably money available to resod that field out there if we wanted to do it. But, I don't want to apply for a grant that we can't use either. And then I guess some engineering work has to be done on some of this stuff as well. It's sort of got to be project ready, like shovel ready. And if we can do that, I can't promise anything, but I will try to get some grant money. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to speak to, we got a grant offer from our federal representative from this area. And I talked to her secretary, and we can't get it in time to do it. But she's going to come out here, and I'll talk to you guys about that later, to walk Rainier to see the kind of things that we can use. So she says usually they're in the big projects like buildings and things, but there might be some money available. But I can't just shoot from the hip on everything, So I don't know how we want to address that, or even if we can address it, or if we want to address it. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Any questions for, excuse me, any questions for George? Okay, thank you. Maureen?
Nope, nothing for me.
Any questions for Maureen? Thank you. Bill?
I'm good.
Spent a lot of money on T-Mobile today, though. I finally had to give up my iPhones.
You got a new one today, huh?
Yeah.
Any questions for Bill? Thank you. Tammy?
Just a couple little things. What were they? Oh, I applied for a grant, the Weyerhaeuser grant again, for a slide for the playground and rubber chips, for lack of a better word. So that one doesn't close until the fall, so it won't be anytime soon, but I did apply for it. Annual report is basically ready. I'm just afraid to hit send because I keep waiting. It went really smooth. Thank you, Charmaine. It went really smooth, and so, but I'm waiting for the cards to fall, so I'm kind of waiting until it gets closer in case something comes up, maybe somebody points out something that I may have done wrong and I have time to fix it. So that is going well. I have Shelly at conference this week down in at Skamania Lodge. So she's super excited to be doing the clerk role, the training for clerk. So that makes me very happy. What else? Oh, the building permit for the bathrooms are a couple months out. Beth reached out to the county. They said that they won't have a contractor for a few months. A couple months is what they said. So summer might be pushing it for completion, maybe end of summer. We'll see. I don't know how long once they get a contractor. If that means we start right away, I don't know that. So, and other than that, I don't have anything else.
Any questions for Tammy? Thank you. Ron talked about the signs. Some of the city staff has been trying to clean up on the things that we had talked about in our last retreat. Weather's kind of a little nicer now. We're getting caught up on some things. So we're finishing the signs got put in today. You're going to start seeing the work up at Gerke Park to clearing that back part of the park and getting the fence in. That's on our short list here of getting done to finish up, since that was part of our retreat also. Talked with Doug from RGD this morning, and he'll be in the process of getting those hanging baskets in. So that should get cleaned up here, maybe by our next meeting. So that's a little cleanup from those things. Had our Thurston County Mayor's meeting last Friday. I hosted it here. So it was a good meeting. Talked a little bit about who's running for the new commissioner spots and who's running for the new port commissioners. As you know, we got 2 new people. There's not a lot of people that have thrown their name out there yet. There's still some rumblings, but nobody officially. There's just a couple official people. But hopefully those positions will get a few more people involved. And fence, Gerke Park. I guess the last thing I have is we have tiles over Veterans Park that have been put up in the past for people that have had significant things that they've done to the city and done for the city. And probably are wondering why Charmaine's here tonight. She's probably wondering why she's here tonight. But city staff, I mean, this is new to the council too, so city staff has decided to purchase a couple tiles for a couple of our longtime employees. And we're going to hand them out to them right now. And then we're going to put them up when the weather breaks and we have to get 84 degrees. Is that right, Ron? And the reason we're doing it now is because how many do we already have to put up?
There's a few up there that we have.
So we've got to put a few up, so we figured we'd jump on. This is a good time to do it because we already have 5 or 6 to hang or put up there, so we thought we would add a couple more. So, Mr. Gibson and Charmaine, will you please step up here with me?
Well.
Something on your picture?
You didn't know it was coming in?
I did not.
No.
No, I did not.
Charmaine says, thank you for your service, Charmaine Garrison, City Administrator, 1988 to 2020.
Whoa, I'm old.
Joey wants to.
Can you turn this way, please? Thank you.
Very nice.
Now, because you won't tell me when you're going to retire, and you've told me 2 different dates, and you're still working, we couldn't put a date of yours. So Ron says, thank you for your years of service, Ron Gibson, Public Works Supervisor. So it's
Cool. Thank you.
Well, both get up there. I'm going to Tammy get a picture of both of you.
And
Well, we can do that. I can't wait.
Show them your
Just
plaque.
look at 'em.
okay. And Charmaine, back in 2020 when you left here, we bought this for you, and we were going to have everybody sign it. And then we kept it until we were going to have a retirement party, and that didn't happen.
Okay.
And so we're giving this to you with a few signatures. As you can see, some are long gone, Everett Gage and Katrina, but they were here when you were here. So there's a
Thank
little
you.
memento for you.
Bet you're glad to get rid of this. Huh? Thank you all very much.
So how bad did she bother you today? Why I told her she had to be here today?
She didn't ask, so I figured she'd probably.
You don't have to talk about sewers like you thought.
I didn't tell her that.
Oh.
No, he just said, don't ask, shut up, and just be.
No, to be honest, I told her, I remember a specific date when you told me that as the mayor. Don't question me, just you need to be here and say yes. So I told her, I said, you owe me one. Don't question me, you need to be at city council tonight, please. That was it, right?
That was it.
And you showed up, thank you. Okay, new business? Okay, old business? Okay, adjournment?
I move to adjourn.
Okay, motion and a second to adjourn. Meeting, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting officially adjourned 5:27. Thank you, council.